Hello, and the thing that you have clicked on this video, it already tells me a few things about you, and those things are like maybe you have started to realize that you deserve forgiveness, and that it's one of the most difficult tasks that you have bumped into throughout time. Like about me, I too am on the same journey. I too am on the same page with you, trying to forgive myself for the things that maybe I have done and for the things that stayed with me, for the things that I have been blaming myself for a long time. And to be honest, uh, the journey is still going on, and I'm still learning about a lot of things, and that's the reason I'm making this video. Like, I guess I have realized a few things uh, which were like there in front to my eyes, but I wasn't able to see those things for what they were. And that's what happens with us humans, I guess. Sometimes we get caught up in our own thoughts, in our own perception of the world, that we fail to see things for what they really are, and we just make things by ourselves, and our brain tries to make us believe what we are thinking, and it gets far more difficult at times to just see the world for what it is, or for what it has been. So so that's the reason I'm making this video, so that maybe it will help more people like me myself, and it may help people like you as well, to maybe just get an idea of what forgiveness feels like, and how it comes your way, and how you can like grab it and hug it when it comes your way. So the first thing I wish to say to you is best luck, as this is something that needs a lot of patience, a lot of efforts, and that I'm proud of you, and I'm proud of myself as well, to try and sit with our own thoughts and try to forgive ourselves, I guess. So, and that you are not alone on this journey, that I am with you, and there are many people who are alike you and me are on this journey, and we are all trying to be a better person than what we were, than what we used to be. I'm so know that I'm proud of yourself. I'm proud of you even when I maybe don't know you, and that I hope that you get yourself at a better place, and that you never give up on trying to be a better person. So that being said, I'll start the video, and like I sat with myself for a time, so that like I don't get drifted away from the topic that I have decided to talk in this video. So these are some points that I have observed about myself when I began this journey of forgiveness. And I guess the first thing is the way it starts, the origin of it starts when, I guess, there is some point in the past where we feel like that we could have done something better, that we maybe have ruined something, that maybe we fucked up someone else's life, and that feeling, it stays with us, like it never goes away. And somehow we get used to it and we learn to live with it. But the blame, the guilt, it always stays and it weighs us down more than anything, I guess. It's a feeling that carries a lot of weight, that cannot be lifted, I guess, that cannot be lifted up easily. And I feel proud of you, that you carried it all the time, even if it wasn't your fault and even if you weren't at fault. So the origin of it, I guess, begins with I should have done better, and that I have ruined someone else's life. And in my case, it was about me ruining, me thinking that I have ruined someone else's life. And and where uh, and in my case, that came from my childhood, when I used to be a part of a group which used to bully other people, other kids. And now that I have grown, I realize it was a bad thing, it was an evil thing. And and that feeling has stayed with me for long. And in my case, the thing that used to happen is I used to help people afterwards. Like, I, I had been a bully to this friend of mine who is now a close friend, and I did help him afterwards. But the thought that maybe I have ruined something inside him has always stayed with me, and it has been too heavy for me to carry. And still, I don't know how I managed to carry that for this long, and I did carry it with me. It stays with me to the date, but now the weight is a little lighter as I have realized a few things. And that's what I wish to share with you. Like, if that's the origin for you, uh, if the origin of it for you was a feeling of being a bad person, or this feeling of guilt or blame that you have put upon yourself, so that's where it started for me. That's where I started blaming myself. And the second thing that happens is the forgiveness. When you try to forgive yourself for the things that you have done and for the things that you bumped into in the past, the first thing that happens is it feels unfamiliar. And because you've been carrying that guilt and that blame for a long time, it it turns into a belief which says you deserve a punishment, which says you deserve bad things, which says you don't deserve good things. And that's just our brain playing with us, and trying to convince us that what we think of the world is the right thing, that we deserve punishment and we don't deserve good things. So in my case, I have been trying to forgive myself, but the thing that used to happen is I never felt like I deserve forgiveness. No one made me feel like I deserve forgiveness. And that's the second stage of it, I guess. Then then at some point, I bumped into people who were alike me, who were blaming themselves for the things they have done in the past, for the things that maybe weren't in their hand to start with, the things that weren't in their control. But those friends of mine would blame themselves for that. And that made me realize, like, when friends when my friends who are alike me used to sit with me and tell me that they feel they are a bad person, they feel they don't deserve forgiveness, and that was because what they did in the past. So when I used to sit with them, I used to tell them that you didn't know things, you didn't know of love, you didn't know of how friendships work, you didn't know of human feelings like empathy, kindness, and shit. So that made me question actually if that was the case with me as well. And I started observing my past and got to know that I did lack a lot of things, that I did lack an understanding of the world. And and I, I I went into bullying because of maybe peer pressure and things. And the thing was simple. I had to question myself if I was the person I am right now, would I have done things that I did? And the simple answer to was no. So so this thing came with a realization that I too am a human and that I too can go wrong very badly in some cases. And that was the opening door, that was the crack that happened, that then further helped me to reach this point in my life where I'm trying to forgive myself and where I'm at a better place than where I was. So know that, like, in the past we lacked understanding of the world, that we lacked maybe understanding of human hearts, understanding of these positive feelings, understanding of what good and what bad is. And maybe that was the reason that we did things that we did. And maybe it ruined someone else's it maybe it ruined something along the way. And that was the crack, the understanding that I am a human, and that I can be wrong, and that it's not entirely my fault to be wrong at some points that happened in the past. So that was the first thing, I guess. That was the first step that I took towards forgiveness. Is I realized that I was too naive to know things. And that was the first step. And that's where the forgiveness begins, I guess. Realizing that you were not that mature and you were not that conscious about things. Maybe the next step that came into play is accepting that it was a part of me. Was is the key word here. Like, it was a person I used to be, and that it is not there anymore. That I'm not that person. I hope you get it, and I hope that I'm making sense. I'm not sure of it, like, but to to accept that it was a part of you, and that it is not something that defines you, that you are at a better place than where you used to be, and that it has gone. The thing with these thoughts, these memories, the memories stay, and the even when the moment is gone. And that the accepting it gets more difficult with time, I guess, as you spend a lot of time with these thoughts, that they almost become your second nature. And and changing that seems impossible at times. And it is hard, it is difficult. And so this was the next step for me to realize that the part of me that did things, is dead now, that it has gone, and that I am a completely different person than who I was, and that I am at a better place. So the thing uh, that used to happen in my case, as I said before, that I used to be a bully, and that's the thing my mind used to keep on repeating and get me into this trap, I guess. And when now I look back at it, I realize that I used to be the first person who used to like try and get that kid out of bullying. I used to be the first person to try and help the person my friends were bullying. I know, like, it's not a noble thing, to be honest, that when you first bully someone and then you try and take that person out of that place of being a victim. But the thing the thing that used to happen is I before before I couldn't see myself helping that person. Before, it all used to be about me bullying that person and not me helping that person. But as things progressed and as I started to observe things, I realized that I used to be the first person who tried to help, and it's not noble, as I have said. And but what it made me realize is that I did have some good parts in me. I do have some good positive things in me, that and when you stayed with the dark for a long time, even a spark of light feels like an inspiration, feels like a compass. And that did act as a compass when I realized that I used to be the first person to help. That made me think that I do have a few human feelings in myself. I do have few good things in myself, which maybe which are needed in this society at this point of time. And that helped me to realize that I can be a good person as well. And that's how and that's the thing that helped me the most, I guess. Knowing that I have been good at some places, and that I can be entirely a different person that who I was. And uh, like, this video is like completely off the script, and I'm just trying to brainstorm myself and trying to maybe put out the things that I wished to say for a long time but couldn't, and that's why I'm making these videos. And yep, the forgiveness to me, it came with being conscious about things. It came with the understanding that the version that in my past, the version I used to see as a part of myself, was immature, was naive, and the person I am right now is a lot mature than who I used to be, and is at a good place than where I used to be. So, considering my past as my part, as a part in me that's still alive, is something I shouldn't sit with. Is a thought that I shouldn't sit with. Like that was something I used to be, and that's not me right now. And and the person I am right now needs to forgive the person I was, and that it comes with a lot of efforts, a lot of time, a lot of energy. and I'm willing to give in. Like, I'm willing to put those efforts, as I wish to be a better human than I was. I wish to be helpful, I wish to be kind, I wish to be loving, I wish to be loved as well. And for being loved, for accepting the love that comes our way, at some point it's mandatory for us to like forgive ourselves. And that's how it's gonna happen, with all these realizations sitting with me, and with me not giving up on it. And I hope the same for you. I hope that you don't give up on yourself and on this journey of forgiving yourself. So I guess that sums up the video. And the thing that I wish to say to you is, I know it's hard, and I relate to the phase that you are in, and I'm on the same journey as well, and that you are not alone, and that I'm proud of you for trying to forgive yourself. So so just try and think about it when those dark thoughts come up inside your mind, that you were that person you used to be, and that you are a completely different person right now. And this person that you are is allowed to forgive the past version of yourself, which was naive and which was immature. And it is right to do that. I know forgiveness feels unfamiliar, forgiveness feels alien, and it does feel like something you did not deserve, but that happens because you have stayed with guilt, with blame for a long time, and it cannot be changed overnight. Like, the things that you believed for years, for 15, 20, 25, 30 years of your life, won't go away that easily, won't go away overnight. It won't happen in a night. It will need a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of your heart. And that's a difficult thing, but that's the right thing that needs to be done. And I wish you best luck for the same. So that sums up the video. This is your boy Lost Kid Jack signing off. Be kind, be empathetic, preserve your kindness, as the world needs it more right now in this moment. And listen to your heart. Try and don't listen to your brain when it tries to say negative stuff to you. It does, but whatever it says is not always the truth. And that's it, I guess. See you in the next. Take care.